There are a total of 19 convenience stores in Grand Theft Auto Online, and I plan on robbing every single one of them without dying. Okay, so a bunch of other people have already done this, but I haven't, so here we go. Any good heist/robbery begins with a good plan, and well, here's mine. Step 1, we need guns. Lots of guns. Step 2, we need a route, which, trust me, I have. And finally, step 3, we need a car, more likely a bulletproof, reliable car, which is why I bought the armored Kuruma. Now, there are 3 main obstacles in our way of completing this challenge. Number 1 are obviously the cops, since every time we rob a store we get slapped with a 4-star wanted level. Number 2 are online players, which if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto Online before, you know that every online player kinda enjoys just killing anything that moves, so that's an issue. And number 3, something I actually didn't account for, is I forgot that Rockstar likes to add seasonal weather to their games, which, since it's the holiday season, they added snow, which is kind of like driving on soap, so that's an issue. With all of these things laid out, I headed off to my first corner store, which I'm not going to lie, I was a little confused on why my weapon auto-unequipped at first, but ultimately made a quick getaway and headed to my second store, which also went off without any major hiccups. Ultimately, I was happy with how everything was going. That was until the third store. You see, the third store had windows right in front of the cash, which made it easy for law enforcement to lower my health and finally finish me off afterwards. And on top of that, I kind of ran out of bullets. So that was it. Law enforcement impounded my Kuruma and I gave up. Nah, I'm just joking. I borrowed a car and drove to the impound lot to retrieve my Kuruma, which was still damaged by the way, so that kinda sucked. But after retrieving it, I fix it up, head to Ammu-Nation to gather more bullets, and headed back out for round 2, where again, were no major issues. Until the third store. I don't know what it is with the number 3, but I guess we're having a really bad luck because on the third store, a cop hid directly behind my open door, and yeah. And this is honestly where I had enough. I had already spent over 45 minutes on this video, and that was more than enough, so I moved on. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. But wait, what if there was someone I could call? Someone with experience in heists that could actually help me out. I sat in my apartment waiting for the answer to hit me until a name came to mind. Lester.
Lester the molester, bro!
Yeah, Lester. I drove to my first store and called expecting no response until he actually answered.
Hi. What service are you looking for?
I had hope once again, but not much. You see, Lester only gave us 3 full minutes of freedom, which I had to make the best of. So I managed to rob the first and second store again without any issues, and without any law enforcement on our tail, which is gonna make the third store very easy. Until my Kuruma decided to fail me. That's right, on the second store, the driver's side door ripped right off because I kinda walked into it. So you're telling me this car is bulletproof, but it isn't leg-proof? Seriously? We'd suddenly have to deal with a significant gap in our armor continuing to the next stores. But even with our major disadvantage, we managed to pull off the next store without much drama. The only weird thing that really happened was an NPC trying to exercise his Second Amendment on me, which I kindly retaliate by doing the same. Ah, America. Anyway, the next 12 stores kinda were boring. Nothing really major happened. I did learn how to escape the cops super easily, so that made every store in between very much easier. And up until this point, we had robbed 15 stores, and I wasn't about to die with only 4 left. So I lose the cops, ditch the Kuruma, and call my mechanic so he can deliver the big one.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. I'll bring it by.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the Zaba. The Zaba, however, isn't perfect for 2 main reasons. Yes, it might very well be a tank on wheels, but in exchange, it's slow and it slides around a lot. Yet we still managed to rob the 16th store without any issues. However, this is Grand Theft Auto Online, and our good luck streak of not running into any other players had run out as soon as I saw these 2 driving up behind me. And for the video, let's call them Lloyd and Harry. Lloyd and Harry were getting a little too close for comfort, so I gave them a little love tap to subtly tell them to fuck off. They don't listen, however, and try to blow me up by throwing sticky bombs at the Zaba, but since it has
unsurpassed torque, best in class towing,
it takes them like a champ. I, however, did not, because Lloyd and Harry had officially pissed me off. And that's when they make their biggest mistake yet, passing in front of me, putting them directly in my line of sight. First, I finish off Lloyd, but Harry wants revenge, so he begins to fire back. It's a good thing that Harry's aim is about the same as a stormtrooper's, because I honestly don't know what I would have done if it hadn't been. We keep trading bullets back and forth until I'm guessing that Lloyd's mother never taught him to look both ways before crossing the street, because he gets hit by an NPC and dies again, just before I manage to kill Harry. Harry doesn't like that though, so he sends me this. Now, I think what he meant to call me was a pussy, which is still weird because I'm a crab, but I digress. Stores 17 and 18 go off without any issues, and it was finally time. Time for the last store. All I needed to do was successfully rob the last store's register, and we would finally have robbed every convenience store in GTA 5 without dying. With a 4-star wanted level, I drive to the 19th store and park the Zaba right in front of the door. Go inside, pull my gun out, and we did it. We actually managed to do it. I mean, we died right afterwards, but I robbed the register beforehand, so I'm counting it. And with all that being said, I spent a total of 4 hours recording this video alone, so I'm gonna go to bed. Bye.